This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. You talk about great trios in NBA history, the Spurs trio, Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, last year moved into the #1 spot for career winning percentage for any 3 active players. Shaq, how long will it be before we see something like this again?
Well, the trio in the Spurs model has been synonymous with success. That's right, Ernie, synonymous. I don't know how to spell it, but it sounded good, so I hope you understand. Synonymous.
Sounds awesome.
It's going to be a long time before we see countless records and accolades between them.
At shooting guard, Daniel Parker. At the other guard position, Tony Parker.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The New York Knicks come into this one after a win against the Wizards in Washington. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the court. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the center position. Noah with the block. A follow outside. Beyond the arc. Yes, it's Rose with the assist that time. Aflalo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And San Antonio has possession. 6-point game. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance. And road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize the team and bring it together.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Noah with a screen for Rose. It's tipped. It's stolen by Duncan. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Outside Rose. Noah against Duncan. Here's Porzingis. No good from outside. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Green to pass to Leonard. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket. And guys, as a second-round pick, Danny Green was once an afterthought out of North Carolina. Now, he's one of the most dangerous three-point shooters in the league.
You're right, Kevin. Throughout last season, and 42% from beyond the arc for his career, and great consistency, too. He's been over 41 every season for the past 4.
Now, here's Green, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Here's Aldridge, and he gets it back. Moves back up. The second effort. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got ahead, so he'll head to the free throw line. The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game.
A year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Now here's Anthony. Against Washington, he was really on his game. And it's Anthony again missing. Spurs trail by 3. And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. New York moving the ball around. Inside, here's Noah. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Noah's got 5.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Outside Rose. Outside Anthony. Beyond the arc. Again, the miss by Anthony. For San Antonio, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Green with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Count that one.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Noah the screen. Rose kicks it to Noah. Kept alive by New York. Outside Anthony. Down low. Out to the right wing. Second chance shot. Green with the rebound.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here's Duncan. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by Noah.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. He said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life. And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Now, here's Parker. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Celtics in Boston. They kick it out to Green. And it's good in the assist by Parker. Green's got his first 3 points of the game. And for Leonard to hear players say that a lot, but rarely before they reach the end of their rookie contract.
Yeah, I think Leonard just realizes what a special situation he found himself in. I mean, he is the complete package as a player and custom-made for how the Spurs like to play and do things.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Spurs.
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
It's just running the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Duncan with the screen on Rose. Parker dishes to Ginobili. Screen by Duncan. Ginobili with the ball. Noah picks him up. Here's the three. And the basket by Ginobili. Ginobili's got himself on the board with 3 there. Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway. He had to adapt.
That's a great fadeaway to ball from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game. Terrific mid-range game. This shot makes that even deadly.
And San Antonio has possession following the score by New York. Duncan, a screen. Shoots from the baseline. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Aldridge has got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Rose. Off the pick. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinball the finish.
To the paint. Here's Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Aldridge has got his second bucket of the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
and even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Sinks the triple. Anthony's got 6.
A splendid pass that time by Rowe.
Duncan with the screen for Parker. Outside Aldridge. Lets the 3 fly. Can't get it to go. And New York the other way now. For the 3. And another 3 from Anthony. Anthony's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Aldridge is straight. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Duncan with the screen on a follow. Ginobili with the 3. Ginobili can't get that one to fall. The Knicks with the lead. Rose attacking. Here's Porzingis. Can't get it to fall.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
1 second left. Cannot hit. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied up. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
I let the beat keep breathing while I spit life to you heathens. You in the wrong place, to be real, reasons. I usually don't spit corny styles like that because I'm too seasoned.
And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You've got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk one. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
It's just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot block, and it does intimidate.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. And it's Mills, and it's West.
Man, it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breakout.
To the middle, in the corner, it's Noah. And here's Anthony for 3. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. And 12 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Ginobili with the ball. Now guarded by Flair. And the basket by West.
Boy, for the Knicks last season, saying it was rough is an understatement. There was a lot of turbulence, and some of it was due to their defense. They just had a difficult time stringing together stops and cutting down opponent scoring chances.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Mills. Here's Marjanovic. And that one is stuffed right through.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Now here's Rose. Noah the screen. Rose goes in. And here's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on David West.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without foul.
And the second free throw, good.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they peak. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
Now here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for David West. Last year, getting it done. Last season chipped in 11 points per game, 7 rebounds and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
Here's Rose, and a follow wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time.
And that one's good.
Oh, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Now, here's Mills. Six to shoot. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. In fourth, the Spurs.
Boy, Kevin, I thought their coach really did a fantastic job of getting all of the guys on the team to realize the importance of free throws. You know, last year where they were great, excellent from the line. This year, they're hoping to do even better. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now here's Ginobili. Last set in the pick for Ginobili. Stolen away. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Just 5 to shoot. Double team on Rose. New York needs to get off a shot. On deep. Kept alive by New York. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
Oh, we've got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. 8th in free throw percentage. 14th in blocks. And they were in the top half of the league shooting the ball from deep. Average to pedestrian, but still fairly effective from there.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunity.
Now Mills, following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. 3-on-3. Rejected by Ginobili. And it's out of bounds for the Knicks as New York retains possession. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Rose with the ball. Noah with a screen for Rose. West with the steal. Now here's Parker. Looking to end the run.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in this search over his 14 years there, the ball in his hand.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, they've gotten the three-pointer to fall tonight as well. That's equally as important.
Tony Parker blocks them both.
We've seen Parker doing this thing. He's got 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from behind the arc, the better off they'll be.
Porzingis, yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Porzingis has got 10. And continuing our talk of Tony Parker, the first year he laced up his sneakers, he increased the tempo for that entire Spurs offense, and it continues to this day.
Yeah, and the increase in floor spacing and tempo, a big reason the Admiral, Tim Duncan, and Parker won the championship together in 2003, and obviously Duncan and Parker have won a few more rings since then. He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Leonard against Anthony. Back to Aldridge. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Porzingis can't hit. Spurs trail by 5. Parker kicks to Leonard. Sinks the three-pointer. Leonard's got 8 points.
We'll talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for West. And it's Green in for Mono Ginobili. Double team on Rose. There's the pass to Porzingis. And stolen by Aldridge. Duncan, the pass to Green. Spurs passing it around. And a foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. But as long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Now Aldridge. 6 points for him. They now take the lead. And that's 11 points for Tony Parker. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Rose passes to Porzingis. Double team on Rose. The feed now to Carmelo. The dish to Rose. Pocket 6. Noah with a screen on Green. Here's Rose. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Parker outside. Yet it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half.
Carmelo's.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. A stellar first half for Tony Parker. He had 13 points and 5 assists. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just...
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, the effort and intensity from a defensive standpoint has just really been superb, really firing up his team.
Guys, I love his activity, controlling the court, blocking shot after shot out there. This has really made a statement at the defensive end.
Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Noah. And it's Rose. And it's a Flello in a 2-guard. That's the 5 for New York right now.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage teams were being pulled.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. Floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. And that'll be his third foul so far. Aldridge a screen. And Parker, here we go. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Parker's got 15 points.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
For 3, and he gets it to go.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Here's Leonard.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that wall.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, the great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. A follow, no good.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
The drive by Green. It's stolen by Rose. Outside Anthony. There's the triple. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Wow, 4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Duncan dishes to Leonard. Duncan with the screen for Leonard. Back to Duncan. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players. Passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Doris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Leonard. Mills in for Parker.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Mills, following the score by Derrick Rose. 5 to shoot, and Mills kicks to Duncan. Stolen by Noah. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Rose with the ball. Picked up by Ginobili. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Out to Anthony. With the lead. Goes right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot. Getting back to Duncan's rebounding. He's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's going to yell or pump his fist. He's not going to flex his muscles to the crowd. He just silently decides to shoot.
Well said. Yeah, you're right. You're so right. And the Spurs making a change here. On defense, San Antonio. Inside, Porzingis passes to a Flyer. No good with the triple.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now, here's Rose. Manu Ginobili able to get his shot to go. Outside Anthony, stripped away. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Diaz dishes to Mills. Here is Rose. 9 points in the game so far. San Antonio with the rebound. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their 2 meetings.
And even though one side played postseason basketball and the other stayed at home, you wouldn't have known it in their matchups.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's his first foul. The Spurs have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. To the inside, Diaw. Soft touch off the glass. Diaw's got his first basket. Spurs do have a beautiful play style, and their offensive numbers show it, Greg. You're right there. One of the most fluid teams I can recall, Clark, in the NBA with their ball movement.
A joy to watch. I mean, they ended up top 5 in shooting percentage last year, as well as top 5 in assists.
Here's Mills after the made shot from Joakim Noah. 1:58 left in the third quarter of the game, and Mills kicks to Diaw. Ginobili with the ball. Now guarded by Aflalo. Shots good by Mills.
The shot quality is very good here, and they're making most of them this half.
Yeah, converting at a really high level. The field goal percentage continues to creep up. And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this stuff.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Stolen by Noah. 1:14 left to play here in the third. Rose kicks it to Noah. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put that hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Some changes here for the Spurs. West comes in for Boris Diaw, and Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. There's a minute left to play in the third. They get it back, and he gets it to go.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And here's Rose. He's got 11. Power down with both hands.
And that's how it's done. Find that hole in the knee and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Leonard, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. San Antonio leading. Parker outside. Lets it go from 11. Breaks a big height bounce and goes in. Parker's got 17.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. The game now all time. And it's now 26 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Parker drives in, misses from close range.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in time.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Knicks shooting about 59% from the floor. Offensively, they've been running without a hitch. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. West is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. Now here's Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Porzingis to take the lead. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Parker. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assists and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that year.
Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs. San Antonio's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Feeds to Green. Spurs passing it around. Parker's shot is off. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth out the way.
Sade, I like that, man.
Now he throws, following the miss by Tony Parker. Comes up empty, 7 for 15 with that miss.